I love putting decorations up, but I think I like taking Christmas decorations down even more. This is a two-person job. But you make it look like an easy one-person job, you and your muscles. Homesteading is not just chickens and gardening. It's learning to use your resources and your land and whatever you have to the best of your ability. And I can get started by doing stuff like this.
I can't believe you love me, I just feel so lucky.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my day. Welcome to this vlog. I was gonna show you what I ate for breakfast, but I ate it too fast. I was so hungry. It was just fake eggs, scrambled, and some hash browns. But I do have a recipe to share with you in this video, so stay tuned for that. We're just getting our day started. Weston's home today, so we might work on some stuff together. The gang's all here, and so are the messes. There's a mess in every room of this house, and I just kind of want to get stuff reset after the holidays, so we're gonna be working on that as well. But first things first, I am gonna do some homeschooling with the boys.
I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down.
Okay, homeschooling is done. Not a great homeschooling day, if I'm being honest. I'll just leave it at that. We have our ups and downs, but I am glad that we could check that off our list today. And the next thing that I'm gonna do, I think, is get my Mexican beef stew started. This is one of my favorite recipes. It's a slow cooker, like crock pot meal. So when I know that I have a lot of stuff to do in a day and I just want to throw something in the crock pot and have it be ready for dinner that night, this is one of my go-tos. Super simple. You probably have the ingredients around your house already. And I'm gonna get it started now so that it's doing the work for me while I get some other stuff done around the house. So let's go make Mexican beef stew.
Me pierdo en la ciudad. Ha llegado mi tiempo ya. Voy a vivir porque si yo no soy yo, pues quién. Todos caen a mi lado.
So this Mexican beef stew or taco beef stew, it's definitely not authentic, like an authentic Mexican recipe, but we get those yummy Mexican flavors that we really enjoy, and it's a super easy recipe, and you can mix and match different veggies that you put into it. It's a really great way to get a good amount of veggies into your kids, and my kids love this for dinner. We serve it with rice sometimes, with a tortilla on the side, top it with sour cream and chives or cilantro. So I will have the full recipe for you guys in a link in my description box. It's on my blog. I made a blog post for it with a printable recipe if you guys want to print it out and keep it on hand when you're making it. Be sure to sign up for my email list when you visit the blog post. That way you never miss when I do post a new thing over there and when my website officially launches, because this is sort of the slow open to my website with a blog post here and there, but I'm working on lots of fun things behind the scenes to put up there in early 2022 for you guys.
She's a bit crazy anyway. Do you believe it?
What are you doing?
She's a bit crazy. Do you believe it?
Yeah, I am a bit crazy. Crazy or not, the taco stew is going, smelling good. That's a double batch, so I'm gonna be able to freeze half of it for another meal, for another day. And speaking of freezing, I am also going to chop up some of the fresh veggies that we just got. Around here, Costco definitely has the best prices because you're buying things in bulk, but I don't often buy from Costco, or I should say in the past I didn't often buy from Costco because we were trying to reduce our food waste, and we found that when we had bulk things like this, the celery would go slimy, stuff would just go bad in our fridge, and we'd end up paying more and wasting more. But actually something that I've been doing in this new house, actually, I started doing this recently, and I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, is buying the bulk produce, chopping it up, putting it in freezer Ziploc bags, and popping it in the freezer so that when I'm gonna make a pan of roasted veggies, I just throw those into there. You guys saw me do that with some peppers that I put into the stew that I'm making. A few months ago, I got a bunch of peppers, and yes, they would just go moldy or slimy because we couldn't eat through them fresh. So I chopped them up, threw them in a Ziploc bag, and I had them for today, for our stew. So I've got some zucchini and squash. I have some celery, some carrots. Not all of this is going to be chopped up because I do like to have fresh produce on hand, but I am gonna chop some of this up. I'll probably grab a couple of onions as well and kind of make like mixed veggie bags that I can just grab and go. It's been a game changer for getting food on the table and has totally cut back on food waste, which is always a good idea. I don't know how interesting it is to watch me chop veggies, but I have the footage, and while I have you here, I thought I would just send some encouragement your way. And this is specifically for anyone who's kind of in a holding pattern in their life or kind of waiting for something to happen. We often find ourselves there, and this is something that I've struggled with for my whole life, really, but more so in my teen and my young adult years, always like looking toward the next thing and kind of forgetting to pause and take in the moment that we're in. And with our kitchen specifically, while I am so grateful that we are going to be having a remodel here in a few weeks, it's getting really exciting. The situation itself has been really stressful. Things have taken longer than expected. That's kind of how things are going right now with construction and remodeling and stuff. I know a lot of you are going through some similar stuff too. But during the holiday season, I felt convicted to just forget about my kitchen being sort of in its before state and not really feeling discontent in it, but to actually just take in the moment that I have, whether it's hosting people here over the holidays, baking Christmas cookies with my kids, making memories, or more mundane things like washing dishes or chopping veggies to feed and nourish my family. But let's face it, even though this kitchen is very damaged by the flood that happened in it 2 weeks before we purchased this home and we're kind of forced to remodel our kitchen, I am so blessed, and it's such a privilege to even have a kitchen. I feel like a lot of times in life, and it doesn't necessarily always apply to kitchens or remodels specifically, but in lots of different situations, we can feel like we're in the before stage and we're just waiting for that shiny after. But I'm here to encourage you that the work that you do in your kitchen, whether it's outdated or needs remodeling or it's completely water damaged and broken and dangerous like mine is, the work you do in that kitchen is worth the time that you spend in there, whether it's making memories or making food. And it's been so freeing to remind myself of this over the last few months as we have been in this waiting period in this kitchen and in bigger terms in this house as a whole, or even in this homestead as a whole. There's a lot of work that needs to be done around here, but I'm trying to just live in the moment and really remind myself to do the cliche thing and stop and smell the roses. Because once it's all said and done and we are decades down the road after we've done a lot of work here, I don't want to look back on myself like I look back on myself in my teen years and see that I just was wasting my time rushing toward the next thing. There's nothing wrong with making improvements and doing remodels and making steps in your life, but rather than seeing things as before and afters, I more so want to change my perspective and see things as just steps on the journey that we're on. I'm excited to show you guys the whole process of how our kitchen remodel goes and to give you a tour of the new kitchen and to make content in the new kitchen and blog posts and videos and recipes and stuff like that. But more than just content that you can consume or shiny before and afters, because I feel like you can find that anywhere. I hope when you're on my channel that you feel a sense of community, that you feel welcome, that you feel free to be who you are, whether you live in a kitchen with a gorgeous Pinterest-worthy Carrara marble backsplash, or you live in a kitchen with ripped up flower-patterned wallpaper like I do. I want you to feel lighter, more uplifted after you watch one of my videos, whether it's a video of me in the before state of my kitchen or the after state of my kitchen. I'm the same person, whether it's the before and after, and I'm just so grateful to have you all hanging out with me whenever you choose to stop by my channel. Okay, I think I'm ready to call it a day at the kitchen, but I got a lot done. Carrots and celery there, zucchini there, which I think I misspelled. It doesn't really matter when I look at it in the freezer, I know what it is. And then like big chunks of carrots. So that's that, that's going in the freezer. Weston said that he'd do the dishes for me. He'd clear out the sink, so I'm gonna let him do that. I'll take him up on that offer. The only produce that I have left over that's fresh, that's not chopped up, going into the freezer, are these celery stalks and carrot sticks that I'm storing in an old jam jar with a bunch of water in it. It's the best way to keep carrots and celery nice and crispy. And I do have a lonely zucchini that I'm going to chop up and put into the stew closer to when it is done, so that those don't just like completely get soggy and kind of just turn into mush. But these bags of chopped veggies can go into the freezer and be used in meals in the future, which is gonna be really nice. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips for reducing food waste. It makes me kind of sad to look into this trash can and see the tops of the carrots and zucchini that I chopped off. I do try to chop off only like the smallest amount that I can, that I have to, but it makes me also really excited to have chickens soon. In the next few months, we're probably gonna be getting our first little brood of chickens. I'll be able to toss stuff out to them, and if not, I'll be able to put it into a composter for the garden that we're gonna be starting. But looking out at this rain and the little chunks of snow that we still have on the ground, I am just getting so excited for springtime, and we can get started on some homesteading stuff. But homesteading is not just chickens and gardening, it's learning to use your resources and your land and whatever you have to the best of your ability, and I can get started by doing stuff like this. So into the freezer this goes, and we're gonna get on to more stuff on my to-do list. Okay, so our most recent purchase was a Christmas tree. So this Christmas tree served us well for many years, and we rigged it up to be taller for this spot in the new house this year. I didn't go out and buy a new Christmas tree this year, but I knew ultimately I wanted to. And the best time to buy a Christmas tree is right after Christmas, like New Year sales and stuff. They get very discounted, the last of their stock. And I picked this one from Balsam Hill brand. I love seeing their Christmas trees on Instagram. I've been eyeing them for years. And now that we're in the house that we'll probably live in for the rest of our lives, we're ready to make the investment. So, hi Weston, we haven't said hello to you yet.
Hi.
Hello. I'm gonna put these two trees side by side and see which one I like, if I like the new one, because I wanna be in the return window if I don't like it. So, let's set it up. Okay, I think I love it. And with ornaments and stuff on it, it will hide little hinges and stuff. Super easy to put together. This one doesn't drop needles because it doesn't have this type, tweaky type on it. It's all the plastic needles like that. Should I call this video Clean and Decorate with Me Christmas 2022 and get a jump start on everyone? Just had to see it out and set up before I made my choice, and I think I've made my choice. I think I love it. And this Christmas tree has definitely seen better days, but thank you for your service. Oh, I missed it. It was really cool. When you plug the different sections of the tree in, that's how the lights connect versus having to plug little cords and find their mates and stuff like that. This is a really nice system. So I'm gonna keep all of these little section tags and stuff on it, since I will be setting all of this up in about, what, 10 months? It comes with its own bag. It came with its own gloves.
I don't know why you need gloves.
It's a fancy tree.
The gloves are so people can hold their camera.
What are you doing?
Well, yes, there's 2 pairs of gloves because they expect that.
What are you guys doing?
This is a 2-person job. But you make it look like an easy 1-person job, you and your muscles. We're gonna put the gloves in there. And I have this piece of paper. I've written all of the different years and then the kids and their turns that they take for putting the tree topper on. This year it was Haley. That means next year it's Liam. But last year it was you. No complaining.
Look, Mom.
And there they go. Back out to the garage. We're gonna hold on to the old one for a little bit because it's still a good tree. It does need help with its lights. Just sent a message to our family chat texting thread to offer it. And then if no one takes me up on it, I'll just keep it out there, maybe set it up in the garage as like a second tree. Or maybe I'll eventually donate it, but I'm gonna make that decision another time. Right now I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the piddly stuff, the mess that's literally everywhere. It's amazing when you take down the Christmas decorations how just like stuff comes out of the woodwork. So I'm gonna take a few minutes here to just reset the space. So if you have anything that you can do around your house, throw some laundry in the dryer or clear out your sink, why don't you get on up and do that with me now while I tidy up around my house.
But it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day. Yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, still can't believe you love me.
Clear sink, clear mind. I ended up doing the dishes because Weston was doing the vacuum. House isn't perfect, but it's feeling so much better to have stuff reset. Oh, I need to take my hair down. Oh, the kids are playing a little game right now. And I was gonna sit down at my computer. Here I sit at the table with my laptop and work on blog posts and emails and stuff. I just love being able to sit here and look out. It's so funny because I was so excited to have an office, which I still am, and it's great to be able to have a place to store all of my equipment and to have my big computer in there that is really like, it's a fast, good computer for all of the video editing and stuff like that. But there's just something about sitting here at my grandma's table with my laptop, watching the kids play, looking outside. It just gets those creative juices flowing, and I've been able to work on blog posts and just kind of design and dream and scheme and get creative. Now that some housework is done, I've got this living room reset. Most of the Christmas decorations are taken down. I am keeping the wreath on our front door and my little Christmas village, the little wooden Christmas village. Still have to work on taking Christmas trees out of the bedrooms, getting like Christmas sheets off the kids' beds, but I don't set up my decorations on one day. It goes in waves, and so I'm kind of taking it down in waves. I did get the wreath down off of the little coffee station here, which I actually set this up just for guests for Christmas Eve so that we'd have like a little beverage station. And we've continued to use it. We keep using the Keurig to make coffee instead of Weston's little coffee maker. My espresso machine is still packed and I'm gonna take that out after we do the kitchen remodel. It doesn't look like it's brewing anything. You're just doing water? Oh, okay, you're making tea? It sounds like you're peeing over there. It's the Keurig. I took the live wreath down from there and oh my goodness, the cascade of pine needles. It was looking a little droopy, but I didn't realize just how those pine needles, thousands of pine needles, were holding on by a thread. So Weston got that vacuumed up when he was vacuuming around the house, which it just feels so much better in here. I love the simplicity of taking Christmas decorations down. I love putting decorations up, but I think I like taking Christmas decorations down even more. So now that stuff is feeling reset, I'm gonna sit here, eat some avocado toast, how very influencer of me, and I'm going to work on a blog post. I'm actually gonna work on this recipe for our taco beef stew, Mexican beef stew. I don't know what I'm calling it yet. We shall see. Click the blog post below to see what I actually named it.
Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Oh, where I'd rather be than with you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky.
Well, I didn't quite get to finishing the blog post because I went down a bunny trail, but that's okay. But speaking of the stew, it is almost done. Just simmering away here in the crock pot. It's early yet for dinner, so that's finishing up. And while we wait, I want to take a few minutes to just reset this room really quick. Let me shed a little light on the subject. So we have this table fully extended with both leaves in it, but that is for when we have people over and we don't need it to be this big for our everyday life. So Weston's gonna help me take a leaf out. We have some folding tables right here. I have some junk here in the corner that I need to take care of, including a frozen horse from Christmas. We need to take these folding chairs out of here because we don't need those. Those have actually been there since Thanksgiving, before we had a dining room table and chairs. I need to pack away some extra things like these candlesticks. I have some of these candlesticks over here too. Just a few things that are left out. Kids' Lego stuff that needs to go, and then also tidy up this corner. So let's do that while we wait for dinner to finish.
For 1,000 years and 10,000 more, it's always been clear. It's you I adore. Time and again, whenever I choose, there's no choice at all. There is only you. I can only give till you take me. I will learn to play with this fire. I'll be here to stay for a lifetime. You don't have to say another word. That you need, they're already heard. And when you're high, when you're low, I'm nearby. There's no place else to go. I can only give to you.
so much better to have this dining room area a bit more under control, kind of reset after the holiday season, especially now since I'm doing some more like computer work in this area. I definitely like to have the space around me tidy when I'm trying to be creative, and especially since we're looking toward our kitchen remodel and the kitchen and the dining room kind of go hand in hand. It's feeling much better in here, and every ounce of effort that we spend further simplifying and rearranging things is always worth it. So the rest of the evening we just spending time together as a family. We watched the Mandalorian, or Boba Fett, that's what it's called, the Boba Fett next episode in that series. We ate our yummy Mexican beef stew, which was so good. It's even better the second or third day. So be sure to check out the link in my description box to the recipe on my blog and sign up for emails so that you don't miss when the full blog, the full website goes live in a couple of months. It was so great to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for spending a little part of your day here with me on my channel, and I'll catch you later.
And writing new story to tell, new sights, new scenes, new memories.